Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, a new article just came out saying that Grand Rapids, Michigan, or Kent County, Michigan needs close to 35,000 new housing units by 2027. So we're going to go over this article and kind of talk about why they're thinking we need so many new housing units. So stay tuned. So let's dive straight into this article. So I've been saying it for quite a while. West Michigan and the Midwest part of the country is going to see some mega growth coming up in the coming years because obviously things are unaffordable right now. Interest rates are way up. Inflation is way up. People are looking for more inexpensive places to live, and the Midwest happens to be one of those spots. Just myself, I have another YouTube channel that I do with one of my friends that is for relocation clients, and I will help relocation clients on this channel too if you're watching these videos. But we have helped a lot of people relocate into West Michigan, getting new jobs here, and the job growth in Grand Rapids is continuing to rise. So obviously with this article, they're showing here that they're expecting to need close to 35,000 new housing units to keep up with demand. And they're asking, can it be done? That's a lot of housing units. We can go over a couple things in this article real quick with you guys. So they're saying that the housing gap in Grand Rapids and Kent County has jumped by 56%, meaning we have had a lot of growth in our population here in West Michigan, and it's starting to show because the housing is a very big issue in West Michigan. And I'm sure if any of you folks that are watching this right now are out shopping for a house, you know exactly what I mean. I'll post a link to the last video I just did talking about if the West Michigan housing market is crashing, and you will see very quickly how low the inventory is everywhere. So obviously when you're talking supply and demand issues, having a super low inventory issue when we had this much demand is a big problem. That's why we're continuing to see prices appreciate instead of prices going down, where there's other parts in the country that are seeing big, huge decreases. Now, if you remember that other video that I had, we did see a slight top off of our prices, and now prices have started to go back up recently as we head into the spring market. Obviously, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button and hit that little bell notification, because I will be putting out multiple different market updates, keeping you guys up to date on where this market heads so that you're staying right on top of what's going on. Let's go through a little bit more of this. So countrywide, an average of 1,782 building permits for countywide for single family and multifamily units have been added each year since 2020. 1,782 building permits. They just said that we need close to 35,000 units. So that is way down compared to what they're saying that we need. What does this tell us? This tells me that we're going to continue to see a supply issue in the coming years. Even with interest rates up, even with more inventory coming on the market, there's that many people in West Michigan that need a place to live, and that many people coming into Grand Rapids area to need a place to live. Again, the Midwest is the next booming area in the United States because of the affordability of living here. Our cost of living is much lower here in Michigan, so we are seeing more and more people choosing to come to Michigan, along with a plethora of other reasons why people are coming to Michigan. Now, this is interesting. In this article, they're saying from 2020 to 2025, they estimated needing 22,229 housing units to meet demand by the end of that time frame. Now, if you remember up here, since 2020, only 8,900 units have been built. That is way off from what is needed. Obviously, we are seeing a massive amount of demand in the area, so one can only spectate that we're probably going to see prices go up even higher moving into the years ahead. So what does that mean? Now, one of the other things that this article is talking about is kind of that 3-person household residence right around the $65,000 income bracket is showing very strong demand for wanting to buy a house and kind of start going after that American dream and building some wealth into their life. So we are obviously seeing some issues with a lot of this stuff, and they go on to talk about in this article, some of the roadblocks that they're hitting. And John Bitely with Sable Homes, I'm sure some of you are familiar with Sable Homes. They build an affordable house, quite a bit for your money on the lower scale of things. And they do have some more higher end developments, but they do build a lot of developments that are a little bit more affordable. They're seeing issues with that because a lot of these outlying communities are not wanting these developments to come in, because they're, some of them are talking about wanting, hey, if it's not a $500,000 house, we don't want it here. The thing is, we're bringing a lot of young professionals into West Michigan, so we're going to need some more of this housing. If you're seeing in your local community and you're seeing the need for growth, I implore you to go to some of these planning commission meetings and let your voice be heard. Let them hear that some of these developments are okay and that we need the housing. I know a lot of people are scared of these developments, but the thing is, like, for your communities, when we put more of these developments in, guess what that brings? That brings more people into your communities. Therefore, the communities have more money moving around. So if your mom or dad or brother or sister has a small business that's in these outlying communities that they're trying to build some of these developments, that means that their businesses are going to be doing better. The businesses in town are going to be doing better. There's more businesses that are going to want to come to those towns because the population's growing. So there's a lot of good things that can happen by allowing some of these developments to come into these communities. And they're nice houses. I mean, people want to live in a nice house. And right now, as we see this market shift and we see this market change, we got to pay attention. I'm probably going to do a whole separate video on this topic. I'm going to go talk and interview some of the builders to find out what is going on, because the builders is where we see it first. The builders is where we start to see prices slash, prices go down, start offering incentives, and then resale follows, because I really want to track this market closely for you to see what's actually happening and seeing, are we heading into a crash? We don't know right now. It seems like everything's doing a U-turn and everything's getting all hunky-dory, but when you actually look back, so there is one thing that I want to go over real quick with you on that subject, because the Case-Shiller Index really tells us shows us a little bit of what's going on right now. We remember back in 2005, 2006, the crash of '08 is what everybody talks about, but realistically, look when it started. It started in 2006. Everybody talks about the crash of 2008, but realistically, it was already crashing before 2008 hit. Through 2006 and 2007, you can see that it took a nosedive and continued to dive all the way down to 2012, about a 10-year down cycle in the market. And then what do we know? We know 2012 is 2023 right now. So 10 years we've been going up and up and up and up and up. And we saw this big spike here after COVID happened. We obviously all felt that, and that's the market that we've been in the last couple years. Now we saw interest rates spike up because inflation got out of control. A lot of us probably called the inflation getting out of control with as much free money that it was being handed out into the system. Feds are trying to get that under control. So now we're seeing this little dip. We don't have any new data past this point right now. So we can't sit here and say that the housing market is not crashing. We don't realistically know. Right now we're heading into a spring market. We're not 100% sure what is going to happen. I do think that obviously in this video we talked about there being such a need for housing and so many people wanting to buy a house here in West Michigan. So we do see very strong demand. And going into a normal spring market, we're always going to see activity go up, because in Michigan, obviously when spring hits, everybody wants to go out and buy houses during spring and get their houses bought before winter hits, because obviously it kind of sucks to move during the winter. A lot of people have to and don't have a choice, and that's where we choose to move in the winter. My wife and I have moved in the winter 2 different times for whatever reason, but it's actually a good time to buy a house in the winter time because there's a lot less competition. So I'm going to be tracking this for you guys and see where the market's headed so that I can keep you up to date. So again, smash that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification so you get notified when I put videos out, and hit that like button too, because that really does help the algorithm push these videos. Really do appreciate you watching. Throw it down in the comment section. I want to know what your opinion is on this. Why do you think there's such massive growth in population here in the Midwest, particularly in Kent County and Grand Rapids? Why do you think so many people are wanting to move to this area? I have my thoughts. I'm going to save those for another video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kevin Irwin. I am a local real estate agent here in the West Michigan area. On my channel, I'm going over everything that has to do with buying, selling, and investing in real estate, keeping you up to date on the market and where things are headed in West Michigan, the real estate trends, anything and everything that has to do with that kind of stuff. And I am going to start doing some new build tours and probably some $1 million tours, so stay tuned for that stuff. Now, while I do love making these videos at 11 o'clock at night for you guys, I do love helping you buy, sell, or invest in West Michigan way more. So please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, you can even send the pigeon care if you have to. Whatever you have to do, I have your back when it comes to making a move here in West Michigan. All my details are down in the description. If you want to schedule a one-on-one call with me, that is down there too, and lots of other goodies. So I really appreciate you watching. Until the next video, have a good day.